Hi, my gardening friends. Welcome back to Tea Time Tuesday. Long time no see. I'm going to show you my senior living gardening. But first, I want to show you I am still doing the clear tote mini greenhouses, just on a smaller scale. I am only doing a few plants. I started some of my kale in the ground in the garden and then in the raised bed, and it got really cold here, 22, so it did affect them. I thought they were dead. This was about 3 weeks ago, but they aren't dead. I see them coming now. But in the meantime, I started new plants. Hey, you like my new shirt? You see that? That's my new shirt. I bought gardening shirts. Okay, back to the kale. I started a few. So these are ready to plant in my raised beds, along with the ones that are coming back. So we'll see what we do with that. But I have kale and Nero kale, or dinosaur kale, and then Swiss chard. These are standbys, and I'm glad I did that. Then also, I started some basil from seed. Looks pretty. I have organic soil in here. I think I used the seed mix. I used the organic seed mix and I added some of my worm poop to it, and they seem to like it. And then some of my tomatoes. Now, I only started one type of tomato, and that's Juliet. And I had to buy a new seed this year. I can't save this seed because I forget what you call it. It's an F1, and they don't come true to seed, so I had to order it. Juliet, it's between a paste tomato and a cherry. So it's like, we call it a large cherry tomato, and we like it. It is meatier than a regular cherry. So I started 4 of those, thinking that some are going to die, but they didn't. So, oh, and then I started some cucumbers too. And yes, I used my paper towel method of germinating seeds, and it worked excellent. Few days up on top of the fridge with the paper towel method of germination, and they're doing good. I started enough of them in case some of them die, and they're all coming. So what I might do is put them in the garden a little early. And if they die, they die. I have backups. So that's it. This clear tote, and then I had a smaller tote for these things. And Dave had bought me a little grow light, full spectrum grow light. And I started them up in the window upstairs. So let's go over to the raised bed. Hey honey, show them that tree. The grounds here are just gorgeous. For those of you who have been following my channel know that Dave and I moved to senior living community in Dousman, and we're loving it. No major gardening anymore. I'm done and happy. But so thankful, so very thankful that I have these raised beds. We have a wetland area over on the side here that 3 pillars came in and took trees down, so our garden gets more sun. And it really helped. They have to take a couple more trees down here in order for our garden, our fenced-in garden, to get more sun. We are talking about expansion right now, and there's several people that are interested, and we don't have enough spots. So this is a work in progress. Dave can maybe scan the garden a little and see other people's spots. But we had a meeting today, and we talked about keeping our gardens neat and tidy. So I hope this happens. I happen to used the cardboard method for killing weeds and grass. A lot of weeds and grass in this enclosed area. I used cardboard last fall, and then straw on top of it. Paul, our outdoor maintenance man, was gracious enough to get me like 3 or 4 bales of hay or straw, and it worked real good. And at least one person has said, "Oh, am I happy you did that straw." So come on into our garden. In the expansion, they want to put in a new fence also. So there's only a few of us that are doing in-ground gardening. But this path here I saved. We got lots of cardboard here at 3 Pillars. It really came in handy. This was all mud before. So these are my 2 raised beds. We have galvanized, and I think from last year I have a couple videos on the galvanized beds. Really liking them. They're about 10 inches deep. Here I have chives, and then some parsley that I just planted. The chives came up from last year. My sugar snap peas are doing excellent. I started them using the paper towel method and just got them to germinate a little bit, and then put them out. I think, when did we put them out here? I think about April 15th or so. So they're doing good. Yes, I plan on trellising them. And yes, I will use that twig method for trellising. I already talked to maintenance and asked when they trim the pine trees, the dead branches off the bottom of the pine trees, if I could have them. And he says, "You take what you want, Lark." Beets, Detroit red beets are started right along here. And the peas, I think I planted about 60 of them. That's going to be so cool. And then carrots are just coming up in this area. Same gardening, just on a smaller level. 4 by 8, this bed is. So, that's my garlic. Oh my God, it looks so good. I am so happy with it. It really loves. I put in organic raised bed garden soil, and I think I paid $9 a bag for it. There's 12 bags in this bed. 12, I don't know, the big ones, the biggest ones. But it's worth it, because Dave and I love eating out of the garden. And I will amend it with worm poop, because in these garbage cans, one here and one behind Dave, is my kitchen scraps from all winter long. And then I put shredded newspaper in there too. So there's holes in the bottom of those garbage cans, about, an inch hole, and several of, like 8 of them. So then the worms can crawl up into the debris, the kitchen scraps and coffee grounds and tea, and make worm poop for me. But it's going to take longer than that. It's going to take the whole season. Hopefully the garbage cans will be compost by fall. Right now this is nutritious, and I have worm poop from my old house. I think it's a 3-gallon bucket that when I take the garlic out, I will put some worm poop in that area, work it into the soil, and then another set of peas will be planted for the fall crop. Here will go 3 plants, only 3, of peppers. Bell pepper, jalapeno, and maybe what? I don't know what the third, jalapeno, and I don't know the third one we wanted. Planted cilantro. I did not start this. I bought it at the organic grocery store. So this is
poblano, isn't that what you wanted
poblano, yeah. That's we like that one. Over here, I hope it's okay in the shade. I think it will be. Radishes. And then I left a space to start a few more. Then spinach. And left a space for some more. Cilantro seed, which is not coming up and should have by now. So my seed is old. And then I bought another cilantro plant. Then lettuce. And then a blank spot. And spinach and more lettuce. So on the edges, I'm keeping the greens, tender greens. Here in this 4-foot area, I will have 3 tomatoes. That's it, just 3. I want a big tomato. I like brandywine. I can't find a plant already started of brandywine. So next year I'm going to start my own. So this year I'll buy whatever big ones at the organic store, and then a Italian paste or Roma, and then one of my cherries. Cherry tomatoes, or that Juliet I was talking about. Then I have 3 broccolis. My greens are on the second half, on the 4-foot. Broccoli, kales, and Swiss chard will go all in here. My idea is to plant borage in between the peppers and in between the tomatoes. But they were out of the seed, so I have to find some. Here I have Japanese red mustard, really good spicy green. And then I have parsley from seed coming up. Back by the fence line, I have a horseradish. A horseradish will take a while, but I use the root a lot in my fire cider. Dave and I have been taking fire cider all winter, and luck, we haven't been sick at all. Then I have a sage plant and garlic chives and thyme against the fence. What I plan to do is my green beans are going to be climbing up the fence, so I will germinate some of the green bean seeds in a paper towel method, plant the germinated seed, and then after I plant those, maybe a week later, come in and put some more seed in that'll germinate in the ground. So cucumbers and green beans are going on the fence. Malabar spinach will be going on the fence. I'm starting those indoors. And flowers. My calendula, remember I like to do an infused oil of calendula, and we like eating them in our salads. So calendula's on the fence, and then some pretty, cosmos and verbena Buenos Aires. Remember that purple with that orange of the calendula? Look pretty. So I'm going to try to make it look pretty along here too. Then I brought with my sign my granddaughter painted that says, I had to repaint it. I had to brighten it up. It had faded, and then Dave varnished it this time so we can have it last a little longer. Garden of Eden. Isn't that cool? So my friends, that's it with my garden, my little space. But I'm loving it. I totally am loving it. Sorry I didn't get on YouTube at all during the winter. Yes, I have been painting, and I know you want to see some of mine, and I'm so self-conscious, but I am going to show you. I really am. But we have a lot going on here. Dave and I stay really busy. We do our exercise, and I do yoga, and we walk outside and ride our bikes, and don't worry about us, we're loving it. Take care, and I hope you enjoyed this first of 2021 Tea Time Tuesday. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.